Here we are at Whirlpool State Park in Niagara Falls. July 2021. The video I did earlier in the year was in the winter months. Now we're back in the summer. And of course, that's where we want to go. And I can see we have a lot of people down there today. Like I said, it's not a difficult walk. So we're gonna head down there. So there's plenty of quiet spots on the US side. Even though this is prime tourist season, nothing like the winter. It's basically me just walking around all by myself. But I would say, you know, that there are people around. So if you're, you know, concerned for your safety and by hiking alone, not to say that there's any issues here, then the best time to come is probably in the warmer months, you know, May through September. But if you don't mind the solitude, hiking by yourself, even some risk, then the winter months is what you want to do. You can see my one video. I did attempt to go down in the winter months, and we weren't successful because we ran into a lot of snow and ice. That's a shot of the whirlpool from we're looking south, Canada in the background. You know, one thing to point out is that, I mean, the terrain's not that bad on top, but it's not perfect. I mean, if you don't have the right shoes or whatnot, you might have some difficulty walking along here. But besides that, I mean, it's not, the gorge is not handicap accessible, if that's what you're asking, unless you got those cool little 4x4 wheelchairs. That could be doable, but besides that, it's you don't want to fall down. So there's like two people out on the edge. I would not recommend being this far out on the edge.
preocupan.
Again, I wouldn't recommend doing that. I mean, the thing is, you never know with the gorge. First of all, it's constantly shifting. I mean, there's sinkholes around here, so it's not like you are able to predict, you know, how sure the footing is towards the edge. And you'll see once we get into the gorge, there's tons of rocks all over the place. Where do you think they fall? They fall from the gorge wall. So I wouldn't recommend doing what those people did. It's pretty dangerous. So that's the path down to the flats. If you make a right, you can walk upriver and get the Devil's Hole. For kids, you know, believe it or not, some school trips would take us into the gorge. Just crazy, but I mean, some parts of the trail, so you gotta think about it, you know, would you bring a small child here? Because there's no rail or anything like that. Like I said before, gorge is not handicap accessible. So that's where I came from. Up those stairs. And as you could see, kind of spirals down the edge of the gorge. Very cool rock structure right here. Not sure if I would hang out underneath that, but I'm sure some people do. So it's kind of fun, you know, getting pieces of all these international conversations. Well, I think you have a mix of college kids, some folks from the southern part of the continent, and then you have some other folks from the Far East. Just chilling for a moment, one of the 3 picnic tables that you'll find. I would say about 3/4 of the way down you run into this. So let's keep going. Alright, I guess I lied. I haven't been down the stairs in like 2 years. I don't know, I might just edit it out. So when you reach the 3 picnic tables, you're just about at the bottom, I would say. And then one more flight of stairs, and then there's the 4th and 5th, or maybe 4.5 picnic tables at the base of the stairs. Like I said, you hang a right, you head towards Devil's Hole, and you can get up the stairs there. You hang a left, and it's to the flats. Unfortunately, you can't go, well, you can go a little bit beyond that, but you end up needing to come back because there's no clear path forward from that. Here comes the jet boat. Last I was on it was like 40 or 50 bucks. I don't know, prime season might be more expensive. Great time, worth the money. I think there's coupons someplace, who knows where. But a good time, and you enjoy yourself. You just get a lot of water in the face, so as long as that doesn't bother you, you'll be in good shape. So it's starting to rain, so I will probably release sprinkle. It's supposed to rain today, so I probably need to make a game time decision if I'm going to tough it out in the gorge during a rainstorm or head out. One of the two. So when you're down here in the summertime, you see that a lot of people are just focused on getting to the flats, because that is a cool place. I mean, you see it from up top, but there's a lot to check out along the way, even if you're just looking straight up at the gorge. And the trick is knowing where to place your feet. All right, bringing back a bunch of memories down here. My man Jerry and I used to hang. We hung out here for like 2 summers. Kind of ditched LaSalle. Hung out at the gorge. It's a good time. Everyone made it through. Amazing views down here. Never been. Come see it while you can. Don't put it off until tomorrow. I mean, there's a lot of places around the country that are just must-sees, but you can't get there because of, you know, restrictions. It's not like everything could be handicap accessible. But I hope my videos can bring some of the beauty of the Niagara Gorge to those who can't venture out, like my mom. Bless you, Mom. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's look at something. So we're approaching the corner. Okay. Ooh. That dog made it the whole way?
Oh, yeah.
Deserves a medal. Deserves a steak when he gets home. So someone, I don't know, a fellow hiker's like upset with me. He asked me how far it was to the flats, and I was like, you're almost there. He's probably, I don't know, a quarter of the way there. He's the guy that was hoping to find a stairwell or maybe an elevator on the other side. But to be honest, looked like he was better shape than me, so I'm not sure what was up with that. And if you just want to be in the middle of it, you can ride on that carriage from Canadian side of the gorge to the Canadian side of the gorge. This section Big inlet on the other side. Always see my brothers and sisters from up north hanging out down there. Okay, I believe this is it. Right around this corner, and yeah, there we have the flats. I apologize if the video is off center because I am currently negotiating some rock stairs. Yeah, there's the flats. Again, it's a busy day. There's a bunch of people hanging out. Alright, we're gonna head down there. Hopefully I can do this with one arm. Usually what happens if you get moving too fast on this stuff, that's when bad things happen. Because it's loose scrabble. You know, I have a strategy. I always hang on to trees. So when you're going downhill in the gorge, trees are your friends. But you shouldn't jump to a tree. Kind of approach it delicately. Because you don't want to get up a lot of speed and just have the tree kind of crash you out. But again, slow is the best protocol when you're coming down. Psych, that wasn't me falling. I might use that as a teaser. Get my subscriber count up. So today so far, so I haven't got to the flats yet, but so far I've seen two groups of people, you know, do something that wasn't safe. The first group had 2 or 3 people who were out on a rock ledge. I mean, we're talking, you know, one of those rock ledges up there. So you're talking about the rim, like you fall and you die scenario, you know? And they're out there, 3 of them, you know, and they're pretty bunched up. You know how sometimes people get bunched up? They get on sturdy. It's just a bad thing to do. Play it safe. Now, anyone grew up in the city, you know, in their teenage years was probably down here screwing around without any cell cameras. So what happened in the 70s in the gorge stays in the gorge. But you know, we were swimming down here. Occasionally you see the water comes up where it used to come up, and this would be flooded. This wouldn't be a section that we would be out in the water. There are calmer places where you could potentially do that. I can recall when I was a kid coming down here, or I should say in my teens, you know, there was a spot where you swung from a rope on a tree into the gorge, but trust me, it wasn't here. You go in here, you're in trouble. Whoever's shoes those are, they didn't like float off. I apologize if I'm panning too fast. And it's really a spectacular view here. I mean, again, I've said this before, the Canadian side, I mean, they got their hotels, they got their restaurants, they got all the honky-tonk things you want to do if you want to, you know, win a stuffed animal or something like that. That's all on the Canadian side. What the US side is pure, natural, the other way, you go one side and then you do step back, but not. It's impassable. You get so far, you probably get another 300 yards, if that. Here we are. I mean, oh boy. Very nice down here at the flats. Like I said, it takes a bit to get here, but it's well worth it. I think this is really the best view of the lower Niagara that you'll see. At least the closest view. I mean, I guess it's just as close if you head down to the Maid of the Mist, but it's a more natural surrounding. I'd say maybe 20-30 people here. You know, late July, not bad. So it's not like the crowds on the other side. You know, I do want to go over to the Canadian side, enjoy that beach. Not even sure how to get there. I'm not even sure why I haven't been there before. Seems like something I would do for sure. Just amazing. Isn't that amazing? I mean, you gotta be here. You gotta come to Niagara. Check out the lower river. Come to Lewiston. So I ran into father-daughter duel. They came down here. They're from New Jersey. First time down here, you know? They love it. Think it's amazing. It's really more than Niagara Falls when you come to this region. It's the lower Niagara. It's Lewiston. And then through Lewiston, Youngstown. Region has a lot to offer. I wonder if Kyle's still with Terry. Yeah, there's no way you want to fall in here, because you head down to the Whirlpool, and that's not a good experience, trust me. Back in my time, there's a lot of minnows and little fish in these ponds. You see the water's pure now. Well, I don't know. Is it? You know, there's some cultures and religions that believe that water has healing properties, blessing properties. I don't know, I just feel good down here. Cool breeze, even in July. Powerful Niagara rushing behind us. It's a sight to see. If you're down here, you're definitely going to see, you know, people putting their hands in the water, wanting to get splashed, wanting to touch the water. You know, there's spots where you could safely touch the water, where you can let yourself be splashed. I think there's a draw to the water. That's probably, you know, the more dangerous behavior. I mean, the guy definitely wants to venture out, you know, getting closer to the water. The rock's wet. I don't care if you have bare feet on. I mean, you're not 16, 17 anymore where maybe you could have pulled something off. You know, it's not going to happen. So if you're down in Niagara, I'd advise you not to get too close to the water, especially if slippery. Like perform any stunts or anything like that. God forbid if you thought you wanted to climb the side of that. Just remember, as you get towards the top, you gotta climb upside down. Hey, we had a great time today. Glad you could join me at New York's Whirlpool State Park in Niagara Falls. It's just between probably the outskirts of Niagara Falls and my lovely town of Lewiston and the village of Lewiston. So thank you for joining us today with Walking with Robbie. And keep walking.